welcome to
Stays Crunchy and Milk.
If you have questions or comments, we have multiple ways we can be reached. Twitter is, of course, the best way for those who need instant gratification, and the show's Twitter feed is at SkimPod, SKIMPOD.
Stays Crunchy.
For the more patient amongst you, the email address for the show is podcast@stayscrunchyandmilk.com. Crunchy again being spelled with a K.
Crunchy.
Hey, feel free to give us a call at 216-264-6311. That's 216-264-6311.
Stays Crunchy and Milk.
We're available by Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher Radio, anywhere fine podcasts are available. And of course, at the website, stayscrunchyandmilk.com. Please rate, review, subscribe, and share wherever possible, including on YouTube, where we can now be found at Stays Crunchy, and over on Twitch, where we're still Stays Crunchy and Milk. Our personal Twitters are
Tatum216,
Lunchbox2099,
The Real ODP.
and I'm your host, the Internet's Tayrell713.
Stays Crunchy. Stays Crunchy. Stays Crunchy. Stays Crunchy. Stays Crunchy. Stays Crunchy.
I am Paz the Noose. I be the new generation of slaves here to make papes to buy record exec rakes. The pile of revenue I create, but I guess I don't get a cut cause my rent's a month late. Prodigal of a North Carolina cat who scratched the back of a pretty woman named Hattie, who departed life just a little too soon and didn't see me grab the plug tune fame as we go a little something like this. Look, ma, no protection now. I got a daughter named Ayana Monet, and I can play the cowboy to rustle in the dough, so the scenery is healthy where her eyes lay. I am an early bird, but the feathers are black, so the apples that I catch are usually all worms. But it's a must to decipher one's queen from a worm who plays groupie and spread around the bad germ. I cherish the twilight. I maximize my soul as the right size. I watch for the power to run out on the moon, and that'll be sometime soon. Faker than the fist of kids speaking that they black when they just niggas trying to be Greek. Or some tongues who lied and said we be natives to the end, nowadays we don't even speak. I guess we got our own life to live, or is it because we want our own kingdom to rule? Every now and then I step to the now, for now I see back then I might have acted like a fool. Now I won't apologize for it, this is not a bunch of Brady's but a bunch of black man's pride. Yet I can safely say, I never played a sister by touching where her private parts reside. I've always walked the right side of the road, and if I wasn't making songs, I wouldn't be a thug selling drugs. But a man with a plan, and if I was a rug cleaner, bet your paws I had the cleanest rugs I am. Hello and welcome to it. It Stays Crunchy and Milk, episode 431. And we hold it down, Manitoba. I'm joined by my best friends. It's Tatum216.
good evening.
It's Lunchbox2099.
Poke me and see if I laugh.
And it's the RV in Puerto Rican. It's my homeboy, the real ODP.
Still coming from Florida, still fuck Ron DeSantis.
I fully agree. Oh my gosh.
I shouldn't invoke.
I don't even know what to do with it. We are doing it remote, as you know, and if we do it remote, then certain rule sets apply. And if you're new to this operation, works like this. If we're remote, I do a couple of news stories. We do a little inside outs of our one another's lives. We do some Remember the Assholes. We get the fuck up out of Dodge. Oh, we usually talk video games now. I mean, we guess because enough of us are playing video games that it makes sense to discuss what we're playing. And people seem to dig it, so I fuck with that all day. So our little, what I'm gonna call local story is actually a national story, but it's local on certain levels, and let's start with that. This is from the good people over at cleveland.com/theplaindealer. Sabrina Eaton is who posted this story. Arkansas Senator Tom Cotton holds up vote on Ohio U.S. Attorney nominee over unrelated Justice Department beef. Washington, D.C., a Republican U.S. Senator from Arkansas has held up the nomination of Cleveland's Marissa Darden to serve as a U.S. Attorney for the Northern District of Ohio over an unrelated dispute he's having with the Department of Justice. Senate Judiciary Committee Chairman Richard Durbin announced Thursday the U.S. Senator Tom Cotton is delaying a committee vote on Darden's nomination and several other Justice Department nominees because the Justice Department didn't respond quick enough to an information request he made Monday. Durbin said that Cotton demanded a response to his letter related to an ongoing litigation matter within 24 hours, or he delayed consideration of several law enforcement nominees, including Darden. The Plain Dealer has reached out to Cotton's office for comment on the delay. Fox News has reported that Cotton wrote a letter to the U.S. Attorney General Merrick Garland on January 31st and asked whether the Department of Justice is paying to defend Deputy U.S. Marshals from frivolous lawsuits filed in the wake of their protection of federal courthouses in Portland from rioters during the summer of 2020. Please respond in writing no later than February 1st at 3 p.m. either to confirm the department is in fact representing these deputy marshals or paying the fees of their private counsel, or to explain why on earth you're not, Cotton's letter said. Absent a timely and satisfactory answer, I will be compelled to object to the department nominees both in Judiciary Committee and on the Senate floor. Durbin stressed that Cotton holds have nothing to do with the nominees or their qualifications. He said Cotton has a right to stall the nominations under the committee's rules, but said the fact that you have the right to do is not exactly a rationale for doing it when you consider the consequences. Although Democrats and Republicans have both held up U.S. Attorney and U.S. Marshal nominees, Durbin said it's a departure from the committee's norms and traditions and argued that doing so doesn't serve the interests of justice, as it deprives affected jurisdictions of critical Senate-confirmed law enforcement leadership. If anyone, Republican or Democrat, truly cares about preventing crimes as they claim, he should vote on these 4 nominees today, Durbin said. Get them confirmed and on the floor as quickly as possible. Make this routine to show that we are, on a bipartisan basis, willing to fight crime. I would note that during the Trump administration, the Justice Department constantly stonewalled Democrats' attempts at oversight, yet Democrats did not respond, needlessly delaying consideration of the U.S. attorneys and U.S. marshals, who together represent the chief federal law enforcement officials in their respective districts, Durbin continued. He urged any of his colleagues who are upset with the Justice Department's response to their inquiries to let him know so he can expedite an answer. Don't hurt innocent people because of your frustrations with anything coming from the Department of Justice, he said. It goes on and on like that. It truly does. Like there's seriously like 7, 8 more paragraphs to the story that all kind of come around to the same thing. Tom Cotton's a bitch.
Dad is tripping, man.
What'd you say?
Saying
Hank Hill's dad.
Dad is tripping.
Oh, Cotton Hill. Nah, Cotton wouldn't do this. Cotton, as we know, as it turns out, is a good dude when it comes down to it. He just didn't like Peggy. And when it comes down to it, Peggy, kind of an awful person. So.
Well, hold on. What made Peggy an awful person?
Peggy was always about Peggy, and that shit was a problem. I mean, just be honest about it, man. And constantly made things.
Maybe I need to go back and watch the episodes. I was more of a Bobby Hill fan, so
you couldn't help but be a Bobby Hill fan because Bobby was a great character. Hank is a good guy.
Alton.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But Peggy? Nah.
I just remember
Bobby?
her doing porn, feet porn.
Because she had them damn size like, I don't know what the hell, she had them Shaq shoes.
13 triple E, something like that.
All right, so these next 2 stories are related. And also, my man Seth posted something yesterday, and I was like, oh, you just gave me a show topic. Seth said that he has no love for these towns who basically trying to bite my man Punxsutawney Phil's whole style and claim they got a groundhog that can predict the weather. All right? So we're going to get down into the dirty with this. But first, sad news from the world of groundhogs and one such town. Famed New Jersey groundhog meteorologist Milltown Mel dies just before Groundhog's Day.
During a carjacking?
Sorry, Paul.
This is by Wilson Wong over at NBC News. Milltown Mel, one of New Jersey's weather-predicting groundhogs, died Sunday, just days before the big annual ceremony. His death was announced on the groundhog's official Facebook page.
Whoa.
It wasn't immediately clear how the groundhog died.
Coke.
This year's Groundhog's Day festivities in Milltown, New Jersey, it's probably Milton, but it's literally spelled Milltown. That's what I'm saying. It's canceled, according to the Facebook page. We Wranglers are so sad to report that Milltown Mel recently crossed over the Rainbow Bridge. The Facebook post said, Mel left us at a tough time of year when most of his fellow groundhogs are hibernating, so no babies will be available to replace him until the spring. We tried everywhere to get a stand-in, but to no avail. Milltown Mail's tradition was started by Jerry and Kathy Goofline and has continued for 10 years. According to Milltown's website, on February 2nd of every year, Milltown Mail predicts whether we'll see an end to winter or another 6 weeks of cold weather. The tradition was inspired by the original Groundhog Day, which was celebrated for the first time on February 2nd, 1887. Somebody's the OG here, and somebody is the upstart. At Gobbler's Knob in Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania, the website said. According to tradition, if a groundhog comes out of its hole on this day and sees its shadow, it gets scared and runs back into its burrow, predicting 6 more weeks of winter. No shadow.
If you get your knob gobbled, you don't gotta go to the hole. Whoa!
No shadow means an early spring, Milltown website said. This year, mourners of Milltown Mail are being asked to tune in to his cousin's prediction on Groundhog Day. We'll work hard on getting a new weather prognosticator for next year, said the Facebook post read. Till then, please check out what all of Mail's cousins have to say on February 2nd. So just using Milltown as an example, they've been doing this shit for 10 years, basically trying to live off Punxsutawney Phil's shine. So I was like, when my man Seth posted that, I was like, who are these other motherfucking groundhogs? And the internet provides. The internet provides. This is from the good people over at Reader's Digest. Kelly Bryant posted this. 10 famous groundhogs besides Punxsutawney Phil.
10? There's a whole 10?
I'm going to read you just the beginning of this, and then we're going to run through the list. The Groundhog Gang. Maybe he just has a great. Maybe he just has a great publicist, but for far too long, Punxsutawney Phil, the groundhog who predicts whether we're in for 6 more weeks of wintry weather on February 2nd, has really stolen the spotlight from his brethren. Believe it or not, there are a slew of other famous groundhogs who have the same gig in their hometowns and have made quite an impression on their communities. So without further ado, meet the other little furry critters who everyone will be watching on Groundhog's Day to figure out if they see their shadows or not. And in case you're wondering, here's why we celebrate Groundhog's Day in the first place, which we just read you in the other story. Box, what has you?
I'm laughing because I don't go on Facebook very often, right? And it just so happens I'm on Facebook while we're doing this show. I just happened to see a post by a guy that I used to work with in my old job. He posted this one day ago. Now, keep in mind, I haven't talked to this man in years. He wrote, if you get the opportunity while you're snowed in, check out this movie on Prime Video. Unhinged, exclamation point. It's the movie that we reviewed on this show that I told you guys to watch.
Yeah.
Now, I'm giving context to the listener. So he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different people have replied to this post. All 8 of them said they love that movie.
That movie with
and what's their demographic?
Russell Crowe.
With Russell Crowe.
Yeah, where he was like wilding out and basically tried to kill that woman.
Yep.
Cause she blew her horn at her.
Yep.
Well, because he was unhinged. Hence the title.
And he fuck with that movie, really.
They all do.
Do dishes.
Him and everyone in the comments.
Mm-hmm. Well.
He's a black man.
Oh, yeah, black man.
He's a black man. There's a white lady, a black man, a black lady, another black man, a black lady. Looks to be a white man, another black man, and another black lady.
And they all liked it?
There.
All of them liked it. There's not one single negative comment in this entire thread.
They got crossover appeal. Are we wrong?
Yeah,
no.
I think that I don't know. I think they coons. I don't know, man.
Wow.
Damn.
Well, if we're gonna be talking about rodents, I have a list of groundhogs to give you right now. So, first up, Dunkirk Dave.
Oh shit.
Is that
Yeah, he's
like a sailor rodent?
Dun-
Dunkirk a boat?
Dunkirk Dave holds the auspicious title of being the world's second longest prognosticating groundhog, according to his official website. I don't know when he started, but there you go. Dunkirk Dave from New York.
Dunkirk Dave, the Oreo of groundhogs.
Buckeye Chuck.
Oh, that's the name I know.
Good old Buckeye Chuck hails from Marion, Ohio, and is his state's answer to Punxsutawney Phil. How did he score the name? Well, it dates back to the 1970s. As a joke on the air, Charlie Evers, radio host, says, "What are we going to name our groundhog for Groundhog Day?" And Scott Shawver, Mansfield and Marion Senior Vice President of Programming at iHeartMedia, in an interview with Ohio Magazine, we had a contest. And Buckeye Chuck was the winning moniker. And he visits the radio station every year since on February 2nd. Buckeye Chuck. There you go. So, General Beauregard Lee.
Oh, I love it.
When you're down south and need a prediction about the arrival of spring, look to General Beauregard Lee of Dowsay Trails Nature Center in Jackson, Georgia.
He's the only groundhog that you say with a hard R.
Does he get scared of his shadow because it's dark?
Oh, I hate black shadows. I only touch clay. I don't touch black dirt.
Oh my God. Staten Island Chuck. Staten Island Chuck. So New York has two of these weather predicting groundhogs.
One's a prison tunnel.
Chuck appears to be a popular name for groundhogs, although New York's Staten Island Chuck also has a more formal name when he's feeling fancy. Charles C. Hogg, according to Spectrum News New York One.
Too? You got to work the rest of the year too.
Chuck has a pretty sweet accuracy rate of 78% as of 2019.
What is his
there you go.
What is his Wu-Tang name?
Ground God.
Chuckles 9 is where this number is. So Chuckles 9 is another one of these. This is Connecticut's groundhog. Earlier the same year, Chuckles the 8th, as we see a theme here, passed away. That's why we're at Chuckles 9, and this was in, like I said, this piece went up in 2021. So who knows if Chuckles was available this year to do his prognosticating.
That's the wasp groundhog.
Next up, Chattanooga Chuck. Yes, folks, we have another Chuck. This little fella hails from Chattanooga, Tennessee, hence the name. Sadly, the Chattanooga Chuck who made 2019's prediction passed away in November. He spent a decade in the spotlight, according to ABC News Channel 9. The Tennessee aquarium where he resided posted a sweet message about the endearing groundhog after his passing. So, there you go. Oh, this will be a fun one. These next two are some good names. Thistle the Whistle Pig.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Move over, Buckeye Chuck. There's another groundhog in town. Thistle the Whistle Pig joined Ohio's Cleveland Museum of Natural History back in 2015 and is enjoying a bit of fame in her own right, according to the museum's website. She became part of the family at just 5 weeks old, born as a runt in a litter of 5. Since then, Thistle has made a name for herself, partaking in the Cleveland Museum of Natural History's annual Groundhog Day festivities since she arrived. I want you to know and understand, I live in Cleveland, Ohio. It has been my home for a very long time. I have never heard of this motherfucking groundhog. Have any of the people who host this show heard of this groundhog?
No, I have not. I would remember a name like Thistle the Whistle Pig.
Gonna go with not as popular as this post would think you have you believing.
And not only that, like, not for nothing, that was like the second best name I heard so far, and still ain't never heard of that groundhog.
I'll be honest, man. Before we started talking about this, I didn't know that there was anyone besides
Punxsutawney Phil?
Punxsutawney Phil. Yeah, he's the fucking or all the characters like who have portrayed him. Like I imagine it's like the Ultimate Warrior, right? You know, like how many of them were there? or Doink the Clowns, like. Well, I mean, like the average lifespan of a groundhog is only 3 years. Like that motherfucker's getting replaced every couple seasons. It's like Aunt Viv from Fresh Prince, you know, just shows up as another one.
Oh my god!
I don't know if y'all remember back in the day. It's like this week the the role of Patty will be played by Jessica Townsend. Like they used to do that on like
on TV shows back in the day. Yeah.
I used to love that. That's like holy shit.
All right, lifespan of a groundhog is what I need to know. My daughter, my oldest daughter, lifespan of a groundhog. You're listening to me, Google. I didn't even finish lifespan before I got of a groundhog as the first choice.
I mean, they know what time of the year it is.
Or they
Yeah, you're right. 3 years. You nailed it. You didn't guess. You knew that.
I looked it up like 2 minutes ago.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Why didn't you tell me so I would waste my time?
I didn't know that like you were gonna fact check me.
Oh,
It seems so short. I didn't know they lived just stranded. Man.
Well, that's why I wanted to know because we were talking about like the Ohio one, and I'm like, how long has this motherfucker been doing this? And like the Wikipedia page didn't really like get into the nitty gritty of it, like the lifespan shit. So I Googled it, and that's when I saw 3 years.
So
Yeah.
each groundhog has an understudy?
Well, that's
no,
why they were
better
saying
not.
like that's why the New Jersey one got canceled because they didn't have an understudy.
correct.
And they're all hibernating, so they couldn't breed another one.
He got canceled because he was touching groundhog titties. He was an asshole.
I got you another good name, Sir Walter Wally. Weather watchers in North Carolina are all watching Sir Walter Wally on Groundhog's Day to find out whether the critter will predict it in terms of an early spring. Last year, the little gray guy predicted 6 more weeks of winter, according to North Carolina Climate Office, which wasn't entirely accurate for 2019. But hey, everyone has an off year once in a while.
There's just something about his name that just screams "trust me."
It's the Sir in front of it. You think of him as English, even though he's not. Oh, this one is a nice one. Pierre C. Shadow. Shadow. Shadow spelled Shadeaux.
Must be hanging out with Pierre Escargot.
Oh, you know what, Gabe? I need you to say this in your New Orleans accent. Pierre C. Shadow. I appreciate your New Orleans accent.
Thank you. I try my best. No, I'll guarantee Pierre C. What the fuck was his name again?
Pierre C. Shadow.
Pierre C. Shadow.
I'm saying no. They're dirty player partner.
For a minute there, I thought I saw Gambit on the screen.
With a name befitting a Cajun groundhog, Pierre C. Shadow is the premier weather prognosticator in Louisiana. However, they do things a little differently at the zoo of our academia, where Pierre lives. As reported by the local area's local News 15, if Pierre sees his shadow, that means we're in for a short spring. So we'll have to face the heat of summer quickly. Don't fuck with Pierre. Last one.
Oh, shit, don't be that way.
Grover the groundhog. A groundhog named Grover is giving Punxsutawney Phil a run for his money in the state of Pennsylvania. Over in Schuylkill County, Pine Grove. There we go. Grover has been known to make a different weather prediction than famous Phil, says the Citizen Standard. The event starring Grover began back in 2006. So again, these little, like I said, these groundhog upstarts biting the fashion of my man Punxsutawney Phil, who's been doing it since 1889. Come on, bruh. Can't fuck with you. You can't, and you can't fuck with me.
You're gonna get in the middle of the groundhog beef with groundhog diss tracks between each of them.
I never fuck with Pierre Shadow. You know,
Come on, Sharon.
First of all, fuck your bitch and the click you claim.
And the click you claim, motherfucker.
think you can predict the weather, but I fucked your bitch.
Oh my God. Last news story. This one is specifically for Gabe's wife.
That was a quote. I can say it.
A piece of space junk the size of a school bus is barreling straight toward the moon.
Ah, damn it.
This is from Deepa Shriram over at NPR. A piece of space junk from a SpaceX rocket launched in 2015 is hurtling toward the moon and is set to crash into the lunar surface on March 4th, astronomers have predicted. The piece is part of a Falcon 9 rocket that launched from Florida in 2015. The purpose of the mission was to send Discover Space Weather Satellite into space, approximately 1 million miles away from Earth. But 7 years later, the upper stage of the rocket boost remains tumbling through space. It was too far away from Earth and had too little fuel to return. So instead, it had been yanked around by the Earth and the moon's gravitational pull in what experts say is a chaotic orbit. It's almost like a billiard ball bouncing off of other billiard balls, Bill Gray, an independent astronomer who first discovered that Falcon 9 pieces would hit the moon, told NPR. In other words, the path of the piece of space junk could have gone in a lot of different directions, like the many scenarios of where balls may roll when a player breaks in pool. Gray says it could have gone into orbit where it would have hit the Earth, or it could have even picked up into the orbit around the sun. But in mid-January, Gray got new data that showed the rocket pieces are going to crash into the moon, making it the first time that we know of humans have accidentally crashed something into the lunar surface. The moon will get a new crater. The rocket piece will crash into the moon is no small thing. It's about 12 meters long, or the size of a school bus, and weighs 4 tons. It's also whizzing through space at about 5,600 miles per hour. Jonathan McDowell, an astronomer with the Center for Astrophysics, Harvard and Smithsonian. The rocket piece is going to get completely destroyed. A huge plume of moon dust is going to go up and hit and then settle down over a wide area of the moon, he said. After about a day, the dust will settle and there will be a sparkly fresh new lunar crater, McDowell said. In the past, NASA has conducted missions to crash objects into the moon on purpose. In 2009, they sent a spacecraft called LCROSS to see if the water particles would come up in the impact. Overall, this predicted impact in March won't be a significant change to the moon, but Gray still believes there's something to learn from it. It could be reasonably interesting scientific discovery that we'll be able to learn a bit about the nature of lunar impacts, how large a crater you get given for a given size object and a given speed. We may also learn a certain amount about the geology of this particular part of the moon, Gray said. Space needs to get cleaned up. While experts are tracking the path of the Falcon 9 rocket pieces and what can be learned from this accidental impact, there's also renewed conversation about how to handle the amount of space junk that's floating around. The U.S. Department of Defense is tracking more than 27,000 pieces of space junk, including old rocket pieces and satellites. But movement on how to actually remove the junk has somewhat stalled. I know the government is really taking a very close look at it this moment, McDowell said. People are aware that space junk is a big issue that needs to be addressed. It's just getting off the committee stage and onto actually doing something about it stage that seems to be stuck right now. The amount of old space junk in low Earth orbit is a particular concern. John Krasidis, director of the Center for Space Cyber Strategy and Cybersecurity at the University of Buffalo, says it's possible that within 50 years, we'll get to a point where there's so much debris, we won't be able to launch any more satellites. When objects start to collide with other objects, that's going to cause more debris, and you'll get a cascading effect, he said, citing what's known as Kessler's syndrome. That's a big concern. What isn't a big concern, though, is this accidental lunar crash causing any harm to people on Earth or any major problems for the moon itself. It's a policy concern in the long run, McDowell said, but this particular piece of space junk smashing into the moon's had a lot of things smashed to it over the years. It'll be fine.
I don't like that shit.
All right, somebody playing some music?
Not me. I hear it.
And then it stopped. So there you go.
I apparently was playing music and I didn't realize it.
Oh, very good.
That's my bad. That's on me. I was looking at an Instagram video and I didn't realize my volume was up because I can't hear it through the headphones.
Yeah. Right. Well, okay. I was like,
Yeah,
oh, what is
I don't
happening
like
here?
that shit, man. That sounds sketchy as fuck. Like something
Thank
gonna
God
hit
I
the
wasn't
moon.
watching porn, right?
Something gonna hit the moon and like nothing's gonna happen. There's gonna be no kind of
The
like
moon, the
Or like
moon
we're
is
floating in space already.
the moon is full of craters because things hit the moon all the goddamn time.
Man, the moon's been hitting people's eyes for years, like big pizza pies. From where I come from,
Amore.
that's motherfucking amore.
That having been said, first up, as always, is Aunt Tatum. Man, what you got for the listeners this week?
Man, this has been a week of not much because ever since like Monday, people have been preparing for a snowstorm that really didn't happen.
Bruh, it is
Have you
terrible
looked
where I
outside the
live.
last 3 hours?
I mean, yeah, I
Maybe,
looked outside.
maybe your side of town didn't get hit like we did, but it was like they canceled school already for tomorrow.
Oh yeah, they canceled our school. They canceled school yesterday too.
Yeah.
But we only got like an inch and a half yesterday.
Yeah, well, that's the point. It didn't show up until today. The weather system slowed up apparently, and today is when it all ended up doing all that work. And it has not. I mean, maybe it stopped now.
It's not supposed to stop snowing until noon tomorrow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And so basically, it just started. It started a little later than predicted originally, and but it has not stopped snowing. It I have a good. It was like a good 6 inches of snow on my street a little bit ago. The plow has since come down, but it's bad. So that storm actually did what they claimed to do. How interesting that you don't think you had that storm experience, sir.
I mean, the storm. They've been talking about it since Monday, and people have been preparing for it. But I mean, that shit was supposed to be here yesterday, and it was supposed to go ham all night. And then I woke up. I was like, man, I can still see orange on my car. I shouldn't be able to see no orange.
Well, over here it did start snowing last night, like around like 9 or 10. It shifted from rain to snow because, like, I remember I got up around like 11. Well, I got up around like 9 to use the bathroom, and I looked outside, and like the sidewalk had a little bit of snow dusting on it. Then I got up again like 2 hours later, and there was like half an inch outside, and then it's just been nonstop snowing like the entire day over here. You know.
Yeah, but it's been snowing a good amount of time. But I mean, I work from home. Unless like somebody gotta have something, I ain't going nowhere, man. I'm good. We good.
Yeah. Same thing. Everything that I would have needed to do or get, I did like 3 days ago.
So my problem is that basically every other Friday is our grocery order, and our grocery order has been canceled. Now it's stuff in the house, so we'll be fine. But I'm like, I hate that my order has been canceled because it ends up being like, ah, damn, you fucking me up. But I had actually went to the store myself. Yesterday. It had to be yesterday before yeah. Because I just took my lunch and went to the store to grab some regular shit. You know what I'm saying? I went and got some. But then I was like, God damn! I went to the store at noon yesterday, middle of the day, not thinking anything of it. It was popping. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? And it dawned on me, one, of course, the winter storm coming through, but also it's the first of the goddamn month. Every pensioner is out there, and every old person. I should have got it when I was like, why's all these old people in this goddamn store? Well, old people got their checks. And it's a snowstorm, and it was popping in the store yesterday.
Same thing for me on the first. I went to the post office to drop off an eBay package, and it was like Grandma Central up in that bitch. The parking lot was packed out. There was walkers as far as the eye could see.
Yeah. On Monday, like after I dropped off my oldest son at school, I stopped at the store. I didn't. No, it was Tuesday because Tuesday was the first, right?
Yeah.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the store was super jumping. I was just like, man, I thought I was, I took an early lunch so I can go to the store. and thinking it wasn't gonna be nobody at the store, man, it was super crowded.
Yeah,
And I was like,
I
damn, this is
literally,
the first. I forgot.
I just didn't even think about it. It was like, you know what I'm saying? So I just was like, but there you have it. Yeah, I was saying it was just wild out there, man. Anything else going on with you? I mean, besides that, I'm saying, I mean, this. I know you were not appreciative of the storm like we are, but
I mean, I do spend 90% of my time in a basement, where I don't really get to look out the window. But about every hour, I do go upstairs and talk to my partner and see what she up to, and look out the window and go, oh, it's snowing, or it's not snowing. But my kids were like, were super happy. It's like, this is their first like snow days like
okay.
they've ever had. So they've been playing a lot of Roblox and coming down here watching racist ass Wildcrats. And then like go upstairs and play with their Kindles. They had cookies for dinner tonight, so that was pretty great.
Mm.
I bought cookie making supplies. So I was at the store yesterday because I was ready for this shit. I was like, I'm definitely at some point gonna have to make some cookies while we in the house from the the store. So
Yeah, I tried to make. I seen this recipe for half batch pound cake, and I think that was Sunday. I tried. I made this pound cake, and I'm like, oh, I think half a batch is pretty perfect because man, just a big ass pound cake is way too much. And then everybody don't. I mean, I guess everybody do eat pound cake in the house, but like, man, that shit get old. And y'all don't live close enough to just drop off no cake at y'all house.
well, I gotta bring y'all Oreos. So
What kind of Oreos?
You put me a slice to the side. I don't want 110th birthday Oreos.
You don't. No, you know. I seen some at the store. You don't gotta come all the way over here.
All right. Well, I got them. If that is the case, so worry not.
Yeah, what Anthony just said about like us not living close to each other is the exact reason why yesterday I opened up those pickle chips or whatever that I got for We Tried because the bitches expire in like 3 days.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I told you guys when I bought them that they expired on the 8th, and then we were like, oh, we'll get together, and then we never did, and now we're in snowpocalypse, and so that shit ain't gonna happen before the 8th. So
And
I was like, fucking let me bust these open. So I'll just give you my We Tried review of them right now. Them bitches don't taste like fried pickles. They taste like pickles and a bit of ranch seasoning. They don't taste like fried pickles. So close, but no cigar.
Every time I see like a fried pickle recipe, I think of you.
They're good. I like them.
You said there was some scruff behind it. They good.
Well, because I feel like I gotta defend it with like that vigor and that enthusiasm.
I think everybody on this call.
I
think everybody on this call fuck with fried
I'm not
pickles.
saying you guys. I'm talking about in general. I feel like fried pickles are an underrated appetizer for a lot of people.
Always some pickle haters out there, but you said you got them at Zaxby's?
Yeah, we got them at Zaxby's.
Nice. Gotta respect it. I was watching a Mythical yesterday, and they was
doing the pickle stuff.
No, actually, I watched the one from a couple of days back where there was frozen food, expensive versus cheap. That shit they do.
Yes.
And they was on and Arby's mozzarella sticks won. And let me tell you, I fuck with Arby's mozzarella sticks. Go up. I wish they DoorDash them hoes because they don't. DoorDash won't DoorDash you the mozzarella sticks, so I'd have to just go get them myself.
Why just that? Why that one product they won't do?
It's like they won't get. You can only get a vanilla shake from DoorDash.
You got to Uber Eats, my friend.
Oh, I don't do it. Vanessa does. So this is nothing little to do with me. So I'm coming up on a deal.
Oh,
but then
Uber Eats, you can get that Jamocha shake in your life.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like.
You know where Arby's at from me, man. It's wild close. I can just go make it happen.
Yeah,
I know. I'm just saying that if you're gonna do it, like, don't limit yourself.
Fair enough.
That's one thing I haven't really taken advantage of. Like, not even like during the pandemic, like at all. Sometimes, like when I was, trying to be nice, I would send my partner like Cheesecake Factory, to send her some lunch or something like that.
Yeah.
But like, I don't think I've ever had delivery here for food. Like, I never do it.
So I don't really fuck with it. Vanessa does, but I don't really fuck with it because they take such a cut from the restaurant, and it's just like some restaurants will be like straight up say, hey man, if you can avoid it, don't get one from one of these services because all it's gonna do is
They take
fuck up
like
our
30%.
fuck up our situation. In fact, there's a Thai food restaurant around here that's like we are not on DoorDash. They put us on DoorDash, but basically what they doing is they coming through, they picking up food that they order from us and delivering it to you like it's
Yeah,
DoorDash.
they're drop shipping food.
Yeah, and it is like don't come and they's like don't hit me up complaining about your order is wrong because you ain't buy that shit from me. You bought it from the next man came and bought it from me and delivered it to you at a markup.
Yeah. This shit. I mean, oh man, like ordering food nowadays is so maddening. Um, so the other day, my youngest son was thinking lemon pepper. So of course you got to go to Wingstop. Straight up and down. I get there, order online, so you can just get in and get out. I go in. It's like it's like a seventh grade prom in there. Everybody just all standing around, away from each other against the wall, not dancing, and you know, like just one dude, um, just like you can go up. I'm like okay, I just stand there. It's three people working, one on the fryer, one bagging, and one on the other fryer. I'm standing there for at least 10 minutes. Like whoever's in that crew never comes up and like or says, "Oh, welcome to Wingstop, where wings don't stop or nothing." They kept on working, and so about maybe 10 minutes, maybe 11 minutes later, um,
Wait, so
three
is
more
this in
workers.
addition to the first 10? So now you've been waiting
Yes,
20? Okay.
yes. So three more walkers coming, three more workers coming to the building, and that's when shit finally get popping. Like the one girl like take control, like, hey, I can hand out shit now. So she start handing out bags, and she's like, Anthony, and I'm like, I'm Anthony. Luckily, I have a real bad habit of not looking in the bag because I'm usually ready to leave.
Mm-hmm.
But I looked in the bag because I didn't, want to have to come back.
They fuck
Not
up
my
the order
order
every
at all.
time.
Not my order. That
DoorDash.
that order was for Anthony Perkins, as we come to find out. Then she's take the food back. I wait another 6-7 minutes. Give me another order. Um, not the right order this time. So the first time, not completely not my order.
Yeah, just
Second
not your
time,
order.
yeah, is a wrong order. So I'm like, these are boneless wings. I gotta have bone-in wings, and that only took about another 3 minutes. And then, finally, when I get to the car, like I get the text, everything okay? Um, then I explain what happened, and then I come on home. But man, I mean, it's supposed to be super easy, but things aren't easy right now, and I don't know when things are going to be normal.
Facts. It is a terrible time for the Empire right now, man. And like I said, people are like, oh, it's a labor shortage and blah blah. I was like, nah, man. People just sick of getting treated like shit for this shit, man. For pennies, for a pittance, and I can't be mad at them about it. So I try to be patient and try to be whatever. But I told you, Wingstop on some bullshit anyway. In my opinion, they just ain't got. Wingstop is on that Popeyes bullshit, and they just be hiring the least capable staff. And I'm just like, I can't be bothered. I like chicken, but nah, man, not that much.
I kind of feel like no matter what the place is, like they've, like you said, been on some bullshit lately, and they're not gonna strive. They just gonna take whoever they gonna take because
Yeah.
they know it's gonna be a revolving door anyway.
I just read a story. I want to say in probably the New York Times, and it was saying how of all the bullshit that they be bitching about not having employees or not being able to hire motherfuckers, they still just sticking with hiring part timers. And because they're still just hiring part timers and not, trying to pay people for, a living wage and stuff like that, that the game is just still fucked. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, well, that makes perfect sense, doesn't it? That if you're not going to pay them, they are not going to be showing up. Or if you're only going to give them, a half schedule so you don't have to pay for insurance or other fucking benefits, that you're probably not going to have a good sample size of employees either. So you're right, man. It's nonsense, and we accept it for what it is.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny. Like, I cook. I still cook a few times a day.
Mm.
I'm starting to feel not as burned out on it as I was before because I got a new air fryer, and that makes shit kind of fun.
What's different? Did you replace an air fryer, or you got an air fryer to begin with?
I replaced the air fryer. The first one was like one of those, the first bullet ones, that's a drawer, in a basket, which, those air fry shit, but it wasn't that great. Then I sent it to you guys. It's the Best Buy Insignia brand.
Okay.
And it's better than our toaster oven, which toaster ovens is like, I don't know, man. They just aren't great. Some of them are good, but like that bitch the door don't even fucking close. Like this one is like it's an air fryer, got the nice convection. The door like actually closes, has a little light inside of it. It's digital. Man, it just makes cooking a little bit, that fun shit that you miss about it, makes food crispy. The only thing is, and it's not too terrible because if it makes something work. So it has like 2 levels to it, and of course, with that being said, it only makes the shit on the top shelf crispy. So I always use the second rung for shit that I don't need crispy, that I just need warm.
Okay.
So it works out for me. I like it a lot, and it's made cooking breakfast and lunch, or like tomorrow when I'm gonna definitely have to make breakfast, lunch, and dinner and snacks. It makes shit like that easier. Right.
So of course, for the longest time, the wire cutter would not recommend an air fryer at all. There's like, if you want an air fryer like experience, get you a convection toaster oven. It's a specific type of toaster oven they wanted. But they recently found it was just like, look, man, I ain't gonna lie to you, air fryers is whack. But I guess if you just really want one of these motherfuckers, here's the one we tell you to get. Because that's basically how that article breaks down. They are still not gung-ho about air fryers. They just like, if you're gonna get one, get this one. But really, you should be getting this convection toaster oven from Cuisinart. And I'm like, probably.
And I wonder because, like, yes, Cuisinart makes like a really good convection toaster oven, but with my particular air fryer is just a toaster oven with a smaller footprint. That door closing and making that air completely go around is way better than any toaster oven.
Oh, for
that
sure.
I've ever had.
No,
and toaster ovens don't be having no fucking light in there.
So the Cuisinart Chef convection toaster oven,
yes,
which predates the air fryer craze, as they say, they say still yields better results than any pod-shaped air fryer we have tested.
Yes.
However, if you're gonna cop an air fryer, they recommend the Philips Premium Air Fryer as the best pod-shaped air fryer. So that's the one that they gotta show you love for. And if you want to do a budget pick, because they oftentimes will be like, this is the best one at this price point in the pod-shaped air fryer game, and that is a Cosby Pro air fryer. So those are the ones that's the three things they recommend in the realm of air fryer. And it really, like I said, they are not full throated saying get you an air fryer. They actually keep saying just get this motherfucker over here. This Cuisinart Chef's Convection Toaster Oven for $300 from Walmart, $295 from Amazon, and $295 from Wayfair is the lick.
But what they also are saying is pod shaped air fryers, and I
Yeah.
wouldn't recommend that at all. The pod shaped air fryer, like the basket, are made only for fries. That's it. Nothing else.
It's this one TikToker. He constantly be making shit in the air fryer, and it always make me chuckle because he do shit, but every now and again he'll bring his lady in like, "Come on, taste it. You got to taste this with me," and it's like funny, and I always like, okay. So he'll see somebody else do it. What's basically he'll watch another TikToker make something in the air fryer, and he like, "Oh, hold on, let me see if this work," and it either work or it don't, and he'll let you know, and I fuck with it. So
Yeah. I would just like say, if you're looking for an air fryer, just don't get the pod kind. Like, and not only that, like all of them are coming down in price. Like the craze has been going for almost 4 years now.
it's an air fryer that live at Dan's house, but it's not his, so I don't think he be air frying anything.
I have never used it.
Yeah. Like I said, I know it live there. I know it ain't, but I know it ain't yours, and you are a good roommate in that regard. You like.
He ain't a roommate. He the man.
I'm saying in this regard, he is a good roommate in that he is not like gonna fuck with his tenant's situation. Like,
I mean,
there you go.
I would use it if I felt so inclined, but like I have a
If I
kitchen.
feel like
with-
using that shit, I use it.
Goddamn right. No, but like I have other shit, so it's the same reason why I don't use the George Foreman grill that I have here. You know, I have a stove and an oven and other things. You know,
I got big shit. That's little shit.
Work the stove got cooks. It's all to the good. It's all to the good. Well, do you feel you've shared what you gonna share?
I mean, I honestly feel like we went off the rails. I didn't even talk about what I wanted to talk about.
Well, let me get you back on the rail. No. Let me get you back on point, man. What was we gonna rap about before we started steering this boat astray?
So I watched I finished the Bill Cosby documentary on Showtime.
Hadn't watched it at all. Lay it out for me, man.
I mean, it's just pretty much, talks about his career, from the beginning to the end. Everybody knows what happened with the trial, and like they keep on bringing up all the weird shit he says throughout his comedy career and throughout his shows about, I'm telling myself a little bit about drugging people.
I remember the Spanish fly joke.
Oh, the Spanish
I remember
fly
Spanish
joke. It was one episode of the Cosby Show where he talks about his barbecue sauce, how it gets everybody in the mood to make love. The fact that he's
I remember that episode.
yeah,
All the couples were
mean-
fighting until they tried his barbecue sauce.
yes, and then he wouldn't let Bud have none because he ain't want I don't know. Anywho, the way he had his doctor's office in the basement of his house, the fact that the kind of doctor he was, it was just like on the show. I mean, and a big part to me because like I remember, the whole respectability politic of 2000 Bill Cosby's. Like like the era of the 2000s where like before I started the job that I've been at for shit all my fucking life, I was saving money for a car. I got accepted to Central State University, which is an HBCU in Wilberforce, Ohio, and like all my friends went to that school. I mean, it's the reason I was gonna go to that school. And
Carl Tart went to that school.
He went to Wilberforce. He didn't go to Central State.
I thought he said he went to Central and left after like.
Both of them are in the same town. It's just different schools.
Yeah. All right.
So Bill Cosby was there, like when with one of his I'm going to say racist, rants, And
Yeah.
like I fell out of love. First, I'm not gonna say love because as much as my dad had shortcomings, my dad wasn't no rapist. Um, and I had a dad, so Bill Cosby was never um, a father figure for me. Um, I enjoyed the show mostly because I had a crush on Rudy. I never had a crush on other daughters. And like I enjoyed his comedy. What like I still have a bunch of his albums. I don't know if I'm going to throw them away or not. Still haven't decided that. I still might. Um, but I enjoy listening to his comedy because it was clean, and I wasn't allowed to listen to Richard Pryor at night. And my mom used to let us listen to albums, and back in the day when we used to go to the Goodwill, albums were 10 cents, and I could afford that, and I used to listen to his stuff, and I have very fond memories of Buck and spitting on Harold Barnes and all that kind of stuff. But man, that dude was a monster, and
Yeah.
I can't listen to it anymore. And the documentary was hmm. I'm not gonna say it was honest, but I think it could have been a little bit more. But at the same time, I mean, we don't believe women on a regular basis to begin with, and like people don't want to keep on talking about their pain. And the fact of the matter is, like, people still believe this nigga didn't do it. So, um, yeah, it was. I'm glad I watched it. I don't think it was a hard watch, um, but to a lot of people it might be.
Okay.
So if you can watch it, if you can stomach it, go for it. If not, I understand.
Right. You said that's on Showtime.
Showtime, yes.
It's a W. Kamau Bell joint. So, and he's been making the rounds, discussing it and so forth. And it's been well spoke of. So there you
Yeah,
go.
I
It's
was
been
I
well
was
spoke of
surprised
here
that
too.
that they put up all 4 episodes already because I know they um, you know it only premiered like the other on Sunday night.
Yeah.
So
I mean, they didn't say anything for the Wu Tang documentary. They just dropped it all at once, So maybe this is how it goes
okay,
down sometimes.
I can get that. And
Yeah.
I mean, if you guys have time and you do have Showtime, watch that Rick James documentary. That was a good one too. And the
Okay.
one on Attica, that one was fucked up. Uh,
Yeah. I remember watching the Attica documentary years ago. Like it was probably a frontline PBS style documentary.
mhm.
So I'm kind of hip to Attica, and how fucked up that prison was. Is maybe I don't fucking whatever. No, I don't know if Attica still exists. So
I don't know, but man, it's. I mean, I know this is Black History Month. But God, man, it's like man, people of color have been through so much bullshit.
yeah.
Um, let's waka waka this shit. Who's up next?
Well, as always, then if we keep it in order and do it as it should be, it would be time for some story time with Lunchbox. Daniel, what do you bring to the show this week?
It's not so much a story as an update. So I got that new TV, got the new TV stand, and they were all installed and put together. And so I have the 4K 65-inch TV here in the living room now. I got the little fireplace thing going. It's actually on right now. Um,
Nice.
Oh, that's dope.
so yeah,
I was gonna ask you about that.
yeah, like it showed up. So it was supposed to come. It was originally supposed to come last Thursday, but then out of the blue, it showed up 2 days early, and these last 2 years have sapped me of all my strength. So I can't barely lift shit anymore. So I couldn't get it into the house by myself. I I had to have my buddy come over and help me bring it in the house. And thankfully, like, it was like the snow had basically melted in the driveway, so it wasn't that bad of getting it in. But yeah, he put it all together. I was quite surprised that he was able to do it with like minimal help. Um, Today I put the LED lights on the back of it, and I fucking love it. Like, I bought those LED lights and I was going to use them on the old TV, but I never got around to installing them. And then today I had some time while I was on my lunch break, so I was like, let me see what this is. So I took it out of the box and I looked through it and I popped them on there and never going back. I love them, like. So so I got that set up today. The lights are on it. I moved my Xbox to the. What's up, Anthony?
Oh, I had a question. So the LED lights that you put behind the TV, does it change with the scenery, or how does that work?
So it came with a little remote, and I can pick the color. I can pick what it does. Um, so it's got red, green, blue, and then it's got like variations of those. So it's got like yellow, brown, red, green, and then it's got flash, strobe, fade, smooth. There's also white. I actually didn't realize there was white until just now, so I'll have to try that at some point. There's a little brightness setting, so I can make it dimmer or brighter. Um, so I can set it to where it just stays on blue. Like, I had it on blue while I was watching TV before we started recording. But I took a picture of it. I'll send it to you guys in a little bit. I feel like it kind of makes the TV pop more. And then, like, the fireplace underneath it's just, like, interesting combination of, like, rustic and modern for me that I'm enjoying. I think I'm going to rearrange the living room and probably take my work setup out of the living room and eventually put it into that spare bedroom and turn that into like an office area and make this more of a living room situation with like a little spacey, but like just for the TV. Because I feel like right now it's not like, doesn't feel like I want it to feel, and I think it needs to change. Now though, I had that old TV and the old entertainment stand that was in here that I had bought when I was in the apartment before I had bought this house. So I bought that like 7 years ago, and that had been like my go-to TV every day for the last 7 years. It was 50-inch Vizio that I got in Best Buy a while back, and then it was like a entertainment stand that was made kind of like for a 50-inch TV, and it had just been on that thing since the apartments, and I didn't have any need for it anymore. So I dove for the first time into Facebook Marketplace. I didn't know like what to expect because I didn't know how it worked. Like, I mean, I got the gist. It's like Craigslist, but I didn't know their setup. I didn't know how you got messages and shit. And so like I took pictures of it and I made the listing, and I found out quickly that what they do is they send you messages through like Facebook Messenger, and the picture comes up as the picture of the item that you put in the listing, so you know where they're messaging you from and for what. So what I also learned that day was that when you list a TV with a TV stand, you have to be prepared to tell a shit ton of people that no, you're not just selling the fucking TV by itself. Because like I told one dude, I'm like, look, if I sell you the TV by itself, what am I gonna do with this TV stand? I'm like, there's a reason why I'm including them together because I don't need the TV stand. And it's, like I swear, one dude messaged me. I was watching the Royal Rumble when this happened. He messaged me, and I usually like when I get a message from someone I don't know, I usually look at their profile to figure out kind of who I'm talking to, right? So I click on the dude's profile and I go to his page. His profile picture is him, his wife, and 3 kids, I believe it was. It was at least 2, but I'm pretty sure it was 3. One was like a baby toddler thing situation, but all of them in the picture that could stand on their own 2 feet were holding guns,
What the fuck?
like assault rifles. And like the one kid holding the assault rifle looked like he was like 10 years old. And then like I'm looking at it and I'm like, the fuck? And I click on the image and I'm like gonna scroll through and like the image caption says Black Power. And I'm like, what the fuck who is these people messaging me? Cause they like the dude's just like, what's the lowest you can go? And I'm like, I could do 140 because I had to listen for 150, right? And I'm just like, oh, here it goes the heckle. He goes, I'll give you 100. And I'm just like, how about 120? And I mean, I don't know what the dude sounds like, but you know, I'm like, I'll do 120. Then he didn't message me back because he like this was around like 11:45. It was late. Then I get a message from a Puerto Rican fellow, and he's just like, would you take 100? I'm like, how about 120? Because remember, I keep in mind I had to listen for 150. And he goes, what if I just want the TV? And I go, I'm not just selling the TV. And then he goes, okay, I'll take both. And I went, okay. And then I guess there's like some sort of like feature where he offers the money. I accept it. Then we have to make arrangements for him to come get it. And then like I basically have to rate him after, like how was the transaction, yada, 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 right? So he messages me the next morning. He asks for my address. And then he goes, hey, can I just buy the TV for 100? And then I wrote, no. Well, I'm like, fuck, man, maybe I can find someone else who needs this TV stand. So I tried calling my buddy. He didn't pick up. And then before I could write back to the dude, he goes, never mind. Sorry, I'll just do both for 120. And I went, all right, cool. So then he comes over and like he was speaking kind of Spanglish to me in the DMs. So I've been around the block before. I know the deal. So he shows up and it's him and his girlfriend and they're in like a beater truck and he pulls it and he's talking to me. He tells me that they're like new here from Puerto Rico. Like they just moved here recently and they're like gathering stuff. Like they don't have a lot of stuff yet. So he just came in. He was like asking me like, oh, does it work? And he had asked if I would plug it in and everything. And I gave him the remote and he scrolled through the remote. He's like, okay, is a smart TV? I'm like, yeah. Because I listed it, but he was just making sure. And then saw like he carried the TV out. And then I walked out on the porch and I hand him the power cord and the remote while we're both outside so he can immediately put them in the truck so they don't get forgotten. And then I helped him carry the TV stand out and put it in the back of his truck. I thanked him, shook his hand, whatever, and then they left. Then, like, an hour later, I'm playing Call of Duty, and I get a fucking DM from him again. He goes, hey, buddy, did I leave the remote over there? And I'm like, you most certainly did not, because I handed that shit to you with the power cord, and you put him in the truck together. I made sure of it. And then he messaged me again like 45 minutes later. He goes, oh, I found it. Never mind. We good. Thank you.
Oh, that was very polite of him to get back to you.
Yeah. But so like the first guy I was talking about, the assault rifle family, like that dude, after I'd already like agreed to sell to the other, the Puerto Rican fellow, sends me like a Facebook thumbs up to my 120. But at that point, it's like, you snooze, you lose, brother. Like, I already agreed to sell to the other guy. Maybe you, like, shouldn't have had your, like, NRA meeting or whatever. I'll be honest, man. There was part of me that was wondering if that was a fake profile or not, because I swear to God, and I could probably pull it up, like, if I look. The family, actually, like, while we're talking, I'm going to look, because, I noticed the messages don't go away. I swear that whole family was they were like standing in their doorway of their house with assault rifles. Oh, maybe they do go away. Maybe they time out after a while because all the DMs I got are missing now. Fuck! I wish I had screen capped it. I should have screen capped it. Oh wait, no, here they go. It put them all into like a little grouping.
Little subfolder.
Yeah, here it is.
Yeah.
All right, here it is. So it is a man, a woman, what appears to be like a 9-year-old boy, and like maybe like a 1-year-old boy. and the woman, the man, and the boy are all holding assault rifles, while the man is holding an assault rifle and the toddler. I screen capped it. I am texting it to you guys right now.
Oh,
That is frightening.
I think it's French.
Yeah, it looks French to me.
That was my guess, but I didn't know. So I'm like, the first couple pictures are very like innocent. It's like a little girl by a car, like cutesy parent shit. Then you get to that picture and you're like, what the hell? And then you scroll a couple more and it's like Anubis from Egypt. There's a couple of those. And then there's some French like thing here, like a political picture that I can't read. I don't speak French. Then there's a baby. Then here's some flag. Then here's some woman underneath, like what looks to be a blood crying angel. Some more language that I can understand. Now here's Kurt Cobain, Nirvana album cover. Then a monk with two tigers. It's the most like
He's
rangy.
eclectic to say the least.
So
Yeah.
using that name, googling that name brings up only thing that I've of any of use that I can see from it is there is a YouTube channel with that same name. It claims to be just dash cam videos. It has a grand total of. Let's check how many videos this person has up. That's a pretty 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2. So about 30 videos. The latest from 2 months ago. They are all, like I said, dash cam videos, but this guy does not look anything like the guy whose name is on there. So I find that name interesting, and I wouldn't doubt if that was a, like you said, like a just a scammer. Not an actual situation.
A Russian robot?
I think more likely a French robot, but you know.
To say that I was skeptical, would be saying the least. Now, the interesting thing about it, when the Puerto Rican fellow came over to get it, when he was telling me that like him and his girl were like new here, that like they just moved here from Puerto Rico, I had that kind of like neighborly instinct kick in, where like I wanted to just start giving him shit, like, oh, here's a lamp table and here's like a lamp, but I'm just like, I don't want to just be pawning my shit off onto this stranger, like. He might want it, he might not. I don't want to make him feel weird. Like, I don't know this dude.
I understand that instinct, but also don't never feel bad to be like, hey, you need anything else? I got a few things that I got around the house. Just ask.
Yeah, because I literally have like a pile of lamps in my basement
I know.
Like these 2 lamp tables up here that I don't want, and I'm sure there's plenty of other shit around here that I don't want. That I have.
It's time for a bit of home refresh. You know what I'm saying? You've had it in its current layout for a bit now, so I hear you. I see you.
That's the thing, though. That's gonna have to be like an ongoing project, because now,
oh, for sure,
I can't take bulky things out because there's a snow pile outside that ain't gonna go away until April.
Yeah.
So I'm stuck with what I can take out every week, and then it's like I can't really I can't have a garage sale in the middle of winter, so I am probably going to have a garage sale this year. I'm thinking about doing that.
Good.
That'd be dope.
Especially if they like do a community day where like a bunch of people do them. It'd be fun to take advantage of that and just get some stuff out there on the stroll. I know.
I've seen a few people around here do them, but I don't I've never gotten like a community bulletin like we're all going to do it this day, guys. Yeah. Like I don't think we're clicked up like that.
Well, I remember that. It used to be one over on like God, what's that street? Anyway, somewhere on the west side over like just when 25th becomes Pearl, like right over that way. There used to be a neighborhood over there that the Archwood neighborhood used to have a neighborhood sale. So it'd be great. You just go through the whole neighborhood and come up on some shit. So yeah. So that's what's on the popping. Well, good. Thank you for the catch up, man. Okay, but tell me, did you put the Xbox on the big TV?
I did it today. I played for like an hour and a half while I was quote unquote working.
Oh, trust me, I know what time you got on that Xbox. It pops up on my phone. Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
What it do?
honestly, I like it better on the gaming monitor.
Really? Did you go and do the tweaks and set things and put shit at 120 hertz and all that good shit?
I plugged in the Xbox and I was like, "Hey, do this," and they're like, "Well, we can't do some of that," and I was like, "All right, well, whatever, whatever you think is best." And but I think what it is like for first-person shooter games, you don't want all that fucking surface area to be looking at. You want everything like concise, so your eyes don't have to move around as much. It's hard to try and play on a 65-inch TV when you like gotta look all around all the time.
Okay.
Now for like a game like Batman or something else, like I could see it being the tits. But for like Call of Duty, I'm gonna try it on Halo. I have a Halo tournament on Saturday. That yeah, so the Cavs and Halo are partnered up, and they're doing a 64 team Halo tournament, and like the winner gets a prize and gets to play with a Halo with a Cavs player. So me and a couple guy I know, and then some people he knows, we we made a team, and we actually did some like team meeting practice like Monday and Tuesday, and then tomorrow night we're gonna do some scrims, and then Saturday afternoon is the tournament. So I've actually got like plans this weekend to play Halo.
Fuck with it. How's your I mean, because you've been be back in Call of Duty. How you been in Halo in general?
I hadn't played for like a month until we
Yeah.
hopped on the other night. It took me like a couple minutes to get used to because like the controls are almost the same, really, except for me, my slide button on Halo is the B button, and on Call of Duty it's the joystick. Like I press the joystick in. And I'm having like sometimes like it takes me a minute. I end up my brain flops back and forth between the two. So sometimes I hit the wrong button thinking it's the other way. Other than that, though, everything's the same.
Very good. Very good. All right, but before this man passes out, man, let me jump over to Gabe and see what's going on in his world because his eyes is closed. Sir.
I'll tell you why. All right, I'll keep it brief because it is getting late, and we gotta save some of it for on the road with the missus. But we are at a non-electric site. That means the solar panels charge everything except the outlets. And one of the things that runs on the outlets is my CPAP machine. So I am waking up in the middle of the night not breathing. So I am a little tired.
Oh, good Lord.
Yeah, a little scary. Keeps the wife up.
Can you
the snoring and then the stop breathing?
Can you not run it from
the truck?
The truck? Yeah.
The truck has to be running.
The inverter won't work without turning it on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that just sucks. Okay, so you know what you need. Well, I mean, you know what you need, and I know you probably have thought about this now, but you need what you call one of those UPS machines, basically a big old giant battery.
Yeah.
It's an unlimited power supply. And you just got to get you for whenever you guys hit one of these primitive spots for that particular thing. So you don't have to get the best of the best, but you got to get you one that can at least get you 8 to 10 hours so you can sleep safely.
Yeah.
Talk about like that jackery thing that I showed you. Is that what you meant, T?
I'm gonna see if I can find you a UPS. It's something that I've known about forever because of computer shit. And I guarantee you, once I find your picture, you're gonna be like, "Oh yeah, I've seen that thing before." And I want to not type UPS because that's just gonna give me UPS.
I'm still here. I'm here drinking caffeinated bubbly and still a little sleepy.
Just be weak.
Got 35 milligrams. I don't know how does that compare to coffee.
Coffee is like 120.
Uninterruptible, not unlimited. Uninterruptible power supply is what that was. Is what that U in that particular UPS stands for.
I always wonder, like, is coffee is caffeine like time released in your body? Because like, I could like drink some coffee on some days, and that shit don't work all day until like 11 o'clock at night, and I'll be up all fucking night. I'm easily stimulated, man. I try to like not do coffee and shit like that, But sometimes I'll have some, and that shit is a fucking mistake. And then
I try to keep the caffeine intake, like, unless I'm doing like a long late night gaming session. I try to keep the caffeine intake like no later than the afternoon, because then I end up with the problem where like it kicks in too late and then keeps me up.
Well,
yeah, I
I
can't do
wanted to
nothing
stay up
past
for the
11.
podcast.
Yeah, well, I hear you, and I'm grateful for you trying to do your part for the show, but yeah, like I said, here this is yeah, uninterruptible power supply. Something, and basically it's like basically it's supposed. In often cases, oftentimes it's basically to give you enough power to basically get through and shut shit down before like if the power goes out and I'm doing some shit on my computer. Well, basically it would give me just enough time to properly shut things down and not just have my computer just like shit the bed on me. But they make ones that have a considerably larger battery that'll last longer, and so it's just find the one that'll work best for you, in the longest amount of time. So, but yeah, you got to have something proper so you can sleep properly. I mean, that shit is literally a life and death situation for you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Stop breathing.
that is, yeah, I know. So, I'm gonna put for CPAP and see if they make one specifically for that function. Well, besides that, Jesus Christ, what's I believe you described this as primitive campground. Is that
Yep,
that's
no
how
water,
that's?
no. So we're limited on water. We're no electric, and we gotta rely on our solar panels, which didn't work too well today. Didn't charge up the battery, but well, we'll figure it out. I'll go head up to the roof tomorrow when I got some light. We
Yeah.
did some fun things though. We checked out the Spanish-speaking town near. We're near Miami right now. So
Really?
yeah,
I didn't know you had gotten that far down.
we are. We're the Florida Everglades.
Oh shit!
Yeah. Home of serial killers and Ron DeSantis.
Who was pretty much the same thing as a serial killer.
But,
Is that what? I know it's like certain parts of Miami where it's like, no, I ain't gonna even talk about that. Let's just move on.
I did. Nah, you're right. Let's move on. I was about to say something I shouldn't say.
It's probably the same thing what I was about to say about all the pedophiles that live under the bridge.
No, that's actually not what I was gonna say. I was gonna say something about Cubans, but
Oh, okay.
they have a Ronald Reagan Parkway somewhere down here. I'm like, this motherfucker, he's not even from Florida. But he was president of these United States.
Maybe because he sold a bunch of coke down there.
We got we're in a big Spanish-speaking town. Like, almost everyone spoke Spanish, and I ordered food in Spanish as everything. It was cool, and it was some good food too, with this Mexican, Salvadorian, and Puerto Rican restaurant.
What's Salvadorian food like?
I didn't try any. We just had Puerto Rican and Mexican.
So how much longer are you guys going to be at this Primitive Park?
Oh, to the 13th. So that's a lot of days without breathing right, but
You doing anything for Valentine's Day? You be on the road, so I have no idea what the rules for doing shit on the road is.
I wish for my anniversary. I just wished my wife happy anniversary, and I had the alarm wake up to "Anniversary" by Tony Tone.
Nice.
That's great.
She didn't appreciate it.
Oh.
It's no Rick Ross, but it's no MC Hammer.
It's because you're playing the wrong song of theirs. You gotta play "Let's Get Down, Let's Get Down, Let's Get Down."
Or,
yeah, Rick Ross is from Miami.
You've been
My man Delvin of the Delvin Cox Experience, also from Cadillac on Marsh podcast I do, is lives down that way. So if you again, I got you Florida down, bro. I got a lot of clicks and connects for you down that way. If you if you need want to holler somebody, or for hell, probably Delvin probably just want to have you on his show. So
I just want to know you've been going to Hooters.
Oh, damn. We got
You been
lots
getting some
of
Hooters
activities
wings?
planned. Did I what?
man, he said that with offense on his breath, didn't he, bro? Did I what?
No, I didn't actually hear what he said.
I had asked had you been to Hooters and had wings since you've been going on your trip.
We keep passing Hooters, and I'm like, oh, Hooters is still around. Let's go to it. And my wife is against it. It's a family
Man.
restaurant, though.
You don't gotta eat there. Just get some food.
It's true.
Man,
You can get it to go.
Man, it's something about those curly fries without the seasoning on them that's so good to me.
They got good curly fries. They got the breaded wings. I like.
Yeah, them wings are good too. When we went to Florida, that's the first place we ate it. And then I think that was during the transition when they had stopped wearing the short shorts. It was just like some regular, just regular.
So they're not. It's not what it used to be. It's
But
not
they back to the
exploitive
short
of
shorts
women.
and stuff now, I think.
What's the nearest Hooters? Nearest Hooters.
Man, don't get yourself
It's
in
not a
no
strip
trouble,
club.
Gabe.
I mean, it's not a strip club.
Are you allowed to like leave the park and go to a strip club if you wanted to, or ride your bike there?
That's not where I want to spend my money anymore.
Man, you don't got to spend your money there. Just go get some wings.
They do have good. I've had good strip club wings before.
Lemon pepper wet.
Coming to the stage, lemon pepper wet.
Give it up.
And
for
also
lemon
she got
pepper
her own mild pill.
wet.
Man.
31.6 miles.
Oh, that's too far.
All right. Anything else in Florida so far, man? In this particular Floridian adventure?
I'm trying to strike the balance between like saving it for the on the road and talking to you guys about it. But it's pretty cool to be around this large Spanish-speaking population.
Yeah.
And,
Good. Fuck with it.
And we went on a night walk, checked out the local animals. You know, we check out some more local animals. So I have to talk about that later. We got something scheduled tomorrow. I think the kids are asleep, so I won't spoil the surprise by saying that we're gonna hit the airboat.
Oh, nice.
Airboat
Get to give some more of. What show was that where they was always on an airboat? So like
Miami Vice?
Nah, man, it's like it was on CBS. It was these brothers. Major Dad was one of the brothers. Simon and Simon.
Simon and Simon.
Yeah, I feel like they was on an airboat.
That sounds familiar, but I can't recall anything else besides the title Simon and Simon.
God, I hadn't thought about that in a mighty long time.
But Miami Vice seems like they would have airboats.
San Diego Detective Agency, so clearly not on airboats. Street smart, good old boy, and a Vietnam vet. Holy shit! Wow, what a time! That show ran 8 seasons.
The best ones to do.
No.
I remember it having a dope theme song.
Man, just 80s theme songs to crime dramas could be a great Spotify list.
Well, when I read that Howard
list if you're so inclined.
That Howard Hesseman had passed away, you know, of WKRP and Cincinnati fame and head of the class fame, had passed away. First thing I did was go and play the theme song of WKRP in Cincinnati, which to me is one of the all-time great TV theme songs. Like, they actually pressed up that became such a hit. They pressed that up on records. You could buy that on 45 back in the day. So, like I said, I think I'm not alone in saying it's a classic of one of those things.
I think maybe the One Tree Hill song is probably like one of the last songs where it's like, this is an actual song.
Yeah.
And it's gonna go up the charts. Because like the song, the Welcome Back Carter was another song that was like an actual song.
Yeah, that turned into a big hit too.
The Bosom Buddy song.
Bosom Buddies, because that shit was just a Billy Joel song.
Yeah.
So my life. So it's a banger. Family Ties theme song. Growing Pains theme song.
Well, Family Ties was what would we do,
baby, without us? That was my shit, man. Ooh. And then of course it's Show Me That Smile Again. That's Growing Pains. Don't waste another minute on your crying. Yeah, so like I said, it's some 80s bangers. The theme song from Perfect Strangers was pretty good too.
I don't remember that.
Standing tall on the wings of my dreams.
Oh, yeah. It took me a second. I couldn't remember it.
The rain and thunder, the wind and haze, I'm bound for better days. It's my life. It's my dreams. Nothing's gonna stop me now. And then they
What, they gonna reboot that?
Are there like any good theme songs anymore?
So at this point, most TV shows are the half-hour shows are about between 22 to 18 minutes. You know what I'm saying? They're very short now, and they usually want to hit the ground running because basically TV shows are just to sell you ads. It's like they're not really there to I mean, yes, they entertain you, but it's just ad space.
Most shows now are on platforms with a skip button.
Yeah, so you skip the intro.
Who does that? It's so disrespectful. No, I do not skip intros.
I watch the intro the first episode, so I know what it looks like. Then I skip it every other time after that. That's a minute and a half of my life I get back.
I do not. I simply don't skip intros. I just don't. And that's just me, man. I don't skip intros. I try to watch credits. I try to give everybody they do. So that's just me.
Credits. Well, you watching the credits? Are you sitting there? Yeah, you sitting there writing down everyone's fucking name or something?
No, but enough times I've gotten around to recognizing some names like, oh shit, I've seen this guy's work before. I know what that dude's up to. I'm like, oh shit. And Vanessa knows enough people who do behind the scenes work that sometimes we can be like, oh shit, that's your homeboy, that's your homegirl, and I'm like, I don't know, I just respect it, man.
Dan was over there sounding like Soulja Boy. Credits. Watching credits.
Drake. Oh my gosh. Well, I mean, there you go, people. The lot of us have brought to you what's been going on with in our general worlds.
I give more teaser than anything else.
I mean, hey, it's all good. I didn't expect that. If you're on the show, I don't expect it on the road. It's when you're not on the show that I need it on the road.
Oh no, I'm saving it though.
Yeah. So we straight, we good. You got it. But while we at it, man, let's bob along. We're gonna head over to the mean streets of Reddit. I'm gonna give you one. Nah, we're gonna give you a couple of assholes. You know what it is. Secret. One of them has already been recorded, so you get one right now. And this one's just for you, the listener, as opposed to the other one, which is not really just for you. Not gonna lie to you. It's for other sources around the internet. So
yeah, well, much like people in that one, they need to learn how to share.
For real, Jesus Christ. Here's it is. Am an asshole for getting my kid's dance teacher in trouble over an hour-long time out. I want you to know that's more interesting than it sounds. Am an asshole for telling my family I'm 7 months pregnant. I truly don't care about this one, but I just thought, maybe one of y'all want to talk about it. Am an asshole for telling my wife, stop making my sister feel bad. This one, more interesting than it sounds.
I would like to hear that one.
Would I be the asshole for taking my parents to court? Let me tell you something. I'll just give you the overall. They wrecked this child's credit by using their social security number when the child was a child, and then they get old enough to go try to get credit, and they're like, you can't get credit, your shit's fucked. And the only thing you can do about it is sue, is what a lawyer told them. No, you're not the asshole.
Oh, it's an episode of fucking Raising Hope.
Oh, well, there you go. Hell, maybe that is an episode of Raising Hope. Emmett asked for taking away the bra that my sister bought for my daughter. Daughter's 14 years old. Mom don't want to buy the kid no nice bras. Her aunt is like, fuck it, I got you. I'll buy you a nice bra. I don't care. And then mama mad about it. Like, why you buying my kids such sassy bras? And Reddit thinks this person's an asshole.
And I'm gonna say something back from teenage aunt. Man, it's nothing worse than sucking titties of a girl with a dirty bra. It's nothing worse than that.
Didn't stop you though.
It didn't. I remember one time, man. I was sucking some titties, and she had used some shower to shower. I'm like, ugh, these titties taste nasty.
You reminded me of the Dion Cole special where he's talking about sucking titties and tasting like Tussy.
Yeah, Tussy and titties don't mess well together.
Well, I mean, there's your title right there. It's Tussy Titties. Well done, gentlemen. Came together on that one and really dunked the ball there. Tussy Titties is your show's title this week.
We have a lot of titty-themed episodes.
I mean,
titties make the world
know
go
titties,
round.
we know what we like.
Make the world go.
That should have been the song.
Titty side. All right. Am I the asshole for telling my wife to stop making my sister feel bad? I, 30 male, and my wife, 30 female, have been married for a year. My sister, 22 female, recently got kicked out of my mom, 58 female, for not getting a real job. It's my sister's dream to become a content creator. She's recently reached 3,000 followers on Instagram. She makes vlogs about her daily life and posts them on Instagram. It doesn't generate a lot of money, but I've been supportive toward her. After my mom kicked her out, I let her move in with us since she had nowhere else to go. And this is why my wife has been mad at me. She keeps telling me to tell my sister to get a real job. It doesn't help that my wife hates pets and my sister owns 2 cats.
Oh.
She even tried to convince me to throw away her cats.
Throw away one in the garbage?
Drown them in the river.
My sister loves her cats more than anything. It is the parenthetical to that sentence. The cats also don't bother us anyway. My sister also helps us with chores and other stuff around the house. It's not like I'm financially dependent on my wife either. I am financially stable and make more than her and pay 2/3 of the rent. None of that is necessary to this story, guy. You're kind of fucking put yourself in a corner. I am the one paying for everything my sister needs. Okay, I respect it. Our home is a 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom, and 3 bathrooms, so I don't understand what the problem is with my sister staying in one of the spare bedrooms. So yesterday, we're having dinner and my sister told me that she just hit 3,000 followers. She seemed so happy. I congratulated her. She was then talking about how passionate she has become to become an influencer. And then my wife interrupted her by saying, it's nice to have passions, but passions don't pay the bills, honey. And let's get real here. That's a silly little dream of yours, and it'll probably never work out.
Damn.
My sister was heartbroken, and she went to her room crying. I went after her and told her my wife didn't mean anything. She said she was just stressed out. I told her I have faith in her and that she will achieve her dreams one day. After she was all right, I went to my wife and told her that it was extremely mean and she owes my sister an apology. But she called me a fool for supporting that silly dream of her and that will never work out. Now she's giving me the silent treatment and making me feel like an asshole. So my question is, am I the asshole? Thanks.
No, he's just... Oh, go ahead. I'm going to say no, he's just being supportive of his sister. I mean, he's just being supportive of his sister and, trying to be positive and trying to uplift her, and her wife's just tearing her down. That's some real asshole-ish behavior.
Yeah, the wife.
She's talking real reckless to the husband, too. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
That's okay. I was just saying the wife seems pretty butthurt for no reason. Even though bringing cats to a non-cat situation is kind of kind of whack. But man,
Throw the cats
content
away.
creators count too, man.
Yeah.
All right, let's go down the line. You're the asshole. You did this without talking to your wife and getting an agreement. It seems you don't care about your wife's feelings at all.
That's the
It doesn't help that my wife hates pets and my sister owns 2 cats. Yeah, you made all of these decisions without your wife. None of that is in the story. I have no idea if he made this decision without his wife's permission. This person has just decided that.
That's the wife's
So,
version.
I don't know who the fuck that is, but Peanut Butter Cups 56. Do better. Next response. Plus, his wife and mom are right. The sister has 0 chance of success. I'm not even reading any more of that. Eat a dick, bro.
0 chance of success.
Dude, Jesus Christ.
I don't understand content creators, so I can't weigh in on that shit. They create content.
OP is so much into the asshole. Mom made the difficult decision to kick sister out as a wake-up call, and then OP swoops in to play White Knight. I wish my mom would have kicked my brother out when he was in his early 20s. Then, what did you just hating? You mad because none of these people are these people are saying you're the asshole, but then they're being assholes in the way they describe it. You're the asshole. I get wanting to be supportive of your sister, but mom and wife probably understand social media better. How do you know that?
I know that.
You have no proof to that. Get the fuck out of here with that. It's just the most spiteful motherfuckers out. I've never read an asshole like this. Everyone sucks here. Your wife's right. Who's gonna pay her while she works on her dreams? You? Sounds like you'll be divorced in this case, and I won't blame your wife.
Wow. Sounds like something T would say. In a different situation, of course.
And then he can get one of his little sister's hot friends after he leaves his wife.
Hell yeah, 22 is it's well within the half your age plus 7.
Yeah, I bet you there'll be some tasty titty tussies around.
No dirty bras there.
I mean, the vast majority of motherfuckers in here is y'all the asshole, y'all the asshole. So we're the weirdos. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't think it's an asshole. Gabe said you don't think it's an asshole.
No, he's not an asshole.
No. He's being supportive. He might be I don't know. I just think he's being supportive.
Yeah. And you can't throw away cats. Not garbage.
You drown him.
Everyone here keeps saying he didn't take his wife into consideration. I just read y'all what was written there. Did it seem like he didn't discuss this shit with his wife? That he just brought his sister into the house?
His
wife doesn't like pets. I mean, that's a leap in conclusions, and maybe he should clarify in an update.
Yeah, I know, but he probably seen all these people call him asshole. He's like, I don't think I want to be bothered with this. Parts where my mom kicked her out. I let her move in with us since she had nowhere to go. And this is why my wife has been mad at me. She keeps telling me to tell my sister to get a real job. It doesn't help that my wife hates pets and my sister's 2 cats. She even tried to convince me to throw her cats away. Yeah, nothing in here says he didn't talk to his wife about it. I don't understand why they thought that.
And he did not say that his wife was mad because he let the sister move in. It's because it's like the mom. They want sister to get a quote unquote real job.
Yeah, basically he married his mother and probably should look into his own mind about that and consider some therapy. So just gonna point that out to him and we'll move on from there. Am I the asshole for leaving my best friend's wedding before I gave my maid of honor speech?
All right, let's guess.
I got on my thinking cap.
I, 26, female, been best friends with Tiffany, 27, female, since we were both in middle school. We always talked about our dream weddings and about how they'd be, and it was always agreed that we'd be each other's maid of honor. She announced her engagement in spring of 2019, and she got married this January. She asked me to be her maid of honor, and I was beyond excited. During 2020, we didn't see each other much due to, so We did a lot of planning over Zoom and FaceTime. She asked about someone who I'd never met before, a woman named Xena. She would say things like, "Oh, you guys can't wear that color. Xena is wearing it," or "Xena says this wine is better." I asked about her, and she simply said that she was an old friend from college. We went to different colleges, so it makes sense that I didn't really know her. This continues, but to my knowledge, all is well between us. The day of the wedding, excuse me, yeah, that is right. The day of the wedding comes, and as she walks down the aisle, a woman is with her holding her arm. She kisses Tiffany on the forehead and stands in front of me beside her. I don't make a fuss about it, and the ceremony continues. I ask around, and apparently this woman is Xenia. During wedding party photos, Xenia is either between Tiffany and I, or they're taking pictures together separately from everyone else. Then comes the dinner at the reception. Originally, I had 8 minutes up for a speech, but Tiffany's mom asked that I cut it short to 4 since 8 minutes wasn't really necessary, and so on. Xenia comes on. Xenia comes on stage and says that she's so happy to attend her best friend's wedding and that she was honored to walk her down the aisle. Then Tiffany makes a speech and says she's so happy to have her platonic soulmate give her away and she's never been happier. By now, I'm completely confused and ask our friends what the hell is going on. They tell me to be quiet and don't make a scene, but I'm beyond destroyed at the situation. I pull Tiffany aside and ask why she didn't ask me to walk her down the aisle with her, and she tells me that she felt bad and didn't want to take away from my maid of honor role, even though she wanted to give it to Xenia. She said that Xenia had been a better friend to her and brought up a petty situation that had happened at her 26th birthday. She said Xenia has been in her life a shorter amount of time, but had been a better friend.
Oh.
I told her that if that was the case, I wasn't needed any further and left without making a speech or giving a toast. This is on the 28th, and since then I've been bombarded with angry messages from our friends and her family calling me a selfish person and saying that I absolutely had no reason to make such a scene. Tiffany hasn't reached out to apologize, and our friends are saying that this proves her exact point to why Xenia is a better friend. This all feels so unfair, and I'm really questioning whether I was actually wrong to leave or not. So, homies, is she the asshole?
I said asshole before this started, and it's still one stinky of a pucker puss. Yes, she's an asshole.
Yeah, this person's selfish.
I'm gonna go over here. Yep.
At the same time, did her friend have to shit on her like that? Like, Xenia's been a better friend, and
did she shit on her, or did she tell her what she asked?
She shit on her.
But she wouldn't even have said nothing if she didn't come to her with why aren't you picking me shit at her wedding? Like, this isn't a conversation that you couldn't have had after.
It's a conversation that probably should have been had through all sorts of things. And so I'm going to go with they all fucking suck in this situation. Fuck her friend, because her friend's not a good friend. Fuck her for being shitty about this situation, because, you know what I'm saying, she know what her role is. Or maybe she didn't know what her role is, actually, now that one thinks about it. Old girl should have just been like, look, I know when we were in middle school, we said that we'd be each other's maid of honors, but you really ain't been kicking it with me like that, and I got this homegirl right here. Should have took care of that. Could have took care of that. Communication is key, as always, in Emma the asshole.
Yeah.
This person just could have told her girl what was up from the jump, and this couldn't have been. It didn't even have to be an issue. She didn't have to attend a wedding. She didn't have to buy a dress or none of this bullshit.
This seems like a dramatic overreaction for finding out that you're not the number one friend.
Yeah, I totally agree, because from what I've always known in my life, and being a male at that, a person's wedding is not the time to pick your shit out or say something about an issue you have. So her coming to her friend about why is somebody else doing some of this shit, you don't know what kind of reaction you gonna get. You might get your ass knocked out. Weddings is the number 2 place that fights happen. Number 2. Funerals is number 1. Weddings is number 2.
What was number
And I
one
can
again?
speak from
Funerals.
Oh.
I can speak from experience. Like, I once thought I was going to be in a wedding party, and then I found out at the bachelor party that I didn't make the cut because of the, bride wanting her siblings in the wedding party. So I got bounced, and I found out at the bachelor party. But, like, I didn't make a shit about it, and, like, I still went to the wedding, like, I sucked it up. Like, did it hurt? Fuck yeah, it hurt. But, like, I didn't make it about me.
You found out about it ahead of time. This person found out about it at the damn wedding.
I found out about it while I was ushering 6 dudes around in my car to a strip club.
No doubt. But you didn't walk into the wedding, go down and have a tux on, go stand in position, and then somebody else come and jump in front of your ass. It just didn't go down that way. It sucked for you, and I respect it. I do respect it sucked for you. But this lady got jumped, basically.
The one thing I was questioning about this was, did they not do a wedding rehearsal?
That's a good question.
Like, isn't that a thing people usually do? So this shit doesn't come up like the day of?
There's even rehearsal dinners.
Yeah, so like just like the one that was like the episode of The Office that shouldn't have been on here. It's a lot of shit missing from this particular one, and like I kind of feel like occasionally on Am I the Asshole, they leave shit out to make themselves seem more the victim. And I'm gonna call this lady playing the victim on this shit. Just like Xenia, Ohio, represents.
That's exactly how this is spelled, oddly enough. Let's take a look at the comments.
Well, wait. What is this? Did they ever explain what this petty? Because we don't know what this petty incident.
They did not. They said it was a petty incident when they were 26.
From the 26, I blew her future husband or something like that. That's not petty.
And mind you, a petty incident from her 26th birthday. This person who was getting married is 27. This petty incident happened last year. This shit. Again, only reason I'm like I said, everybody sucks here in my opinion.
Yeah.
But let's see what the comments say. Not the asshole. This was sounding like the plot of a movie for the movie Bridesmaids, and then twisted into me wondering if Tiffany was marrying Xenia or her fiance. Weird stuff. Where did Tiffany to blindside you with it? Same thing I was saying. This next person says, I don't understand these "you're the asshole" comments. The bride basically made Xenia the maid of honor without telling the OP. And somebody responds, fucking exactly what I've been trying to say too. LOL. So, like I said, this is one of those situations I'm like, fuck all y'all.
I don't know. I just kind of feel like it's like when you're getting married, it's fucking home field advantage. Like you get the ball first. Like it's just some shit you just gotta shut your ass up about. It's not about you that day, regardless of like friends or status or even mothers and parents. Y'all, everybody need to shut the fuck up, especially if you're not paying for this expensive ass day that I have. But it's like it's the one day that women get like almost a kick in the nuts type of day. Everything short of kicking somebody in the nuts. I'm just not to say nothing.
That's probably in some other countries. That's how they do it.
All right. Here's one that agrees to me, so I'm gonna read it.
Okay.
Got that juice.
That
everyone sucks here. Xenia standing in front of you at the ceremony was a jerk move. You were maid of honor. That's completely different from walking the bride down the aisle. Suggesting that you should have is odd. You seem to have taken this new friendship as a personal attack. An 8-minute speech is way too long, and you almost never fuss at the bride at her wedding or make a scene. I almost don't blame you for abdicating your role as maid of honor after Tiffany told you she'd rather someone else who was right there and willing do it. But you acted like a jealous brat at her wedding, and if you hadn't, you would still be friends. You provoked her into saying it. You could have accepted that she had a new best friend and celebrated your long friendship. Sometimes friends grow apart. It's fine. Tiffany wanted someone else to be maid of honor, but she should have said so before the wedding, which is what I said. And she should have used her grown-up words about that and whatever happened on her birthday. Fair. So this is not this is less saying I was right, it's saying we're all right, and I fuck with that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
fuck them all. I don't know. Like it's yeah. I'm trying to find the niche opinion here so I can be cool on the videos. But
The niche opinion.
One, at this point, we are 11 minutes in. This part probably make it on the YouTube, but definitely not the TikToks.
I was about to say, like most TikToks do have like part. You know, go to part 2 if you want to see the rest of the answers.
but I don't know. Yeah, you're right. Communication's key. Why the fuck didn't anyone say anything to this poor woman before they walked down the aisle?
Poor
blindsided her
woman.
on her wedding day.
Facts.
She's still an asshole. The
I
poor
just
asshole.
kind of feel like the more and more we talk about this shit, the more and more this shit sound fake. I don't remember who said. I think it was Lunch, but like y'all didn't have a rehearsal dinner. Y'all leaving a lot
Yeah.
of facts out of this shit. I think everybody sucks. Too. The more like it's except Xenia. She's a fucking rock star.
All I'm saying is sometimes be careful seeking out the answers you think you want, because you might end up finding out you don't want them.
Yeah. It just seemed like to me at the end of the day, like the person's probably just still invited her to the wedding out of like some last minute obligation. She really don't fuck with her no more. Because like T said, it's like you fucked up on her 26th birthday. That's the third biggest fight where places break out is birthday parties. Like, it was just a year ago you did some fuck shit. I want to hear about this.
Is this the couple that is this the Tiffany that had sex in the bathroom in her other end? Am I the asshole?
I don't remember that one, but I'll take your word for it, Mr. Thinking Man. Anywho, that's this week's Am of the Assholes. Good Lord. I'll not delve any further into that situation. But I finished Horizon Zero Dawn after 5 years of attempting to. I did. It ended up being a very good story. I don't know if it's the greatest game in the world, but it's a very good story. And that's because I enjoy a good sci-fi speculative fiction kind of, post-apocalyptic world situation. And Lance Reddick is in it, and I fuck with Lance Reddick hard. So, if you know who that actor is.
No, who is that?
Oh, bro, I'm gonna find you a picture of Lance Reddick and be like, oh yeah, I know that nigga.
I'm gonna Google.
You can just tell me who he is.
I know, but it's like it's one of the actors you gotta see, and you be like, oh yeah, that guy. All right, I'm gonna throw it in the chat.
He looks familiar, but what else has he been in? The Wire?
He's the guy who plays the hotel concierge in the John Wick movies.
Oh yeah, this dude.
Oh
Yeah,
Dude
yeah.
from The Wire.
Oh, he was in Lost.
Yeah, so good dude, man.
Is he married to the white chick from Modern Family? Because they got pictures of her next. They got pictures of him next to her for some reason.
His spouse is Stephanie Reddick. I'll click on Stephanie Reddick, and it just says Lance Reddick's wife. So I don't know what she does.
Probably an influencer. She get a real job.
Anyway, yeah. Fuck with Lance Reddick as an actor, and he's in a lot of video games. I guess now with too. So he's in this particular one, and like I said, Horizon ended up wrapping up good. I, for the first time in a very long time, fired up the Xbox and downloaded several games from Game Pass, including Windjammers 2 and Death's Door. And I just started Death's Door because it's recommended by my man Chalfie, and I was too tired when I started it, and so I just basically was like, I got to the first boss and was like, I'm gonna turn this shit off. and have not turned it back on since. And it's late now, so I ain't gonna play it tonight either. So, but maybe this weekend I'll get back into Death's Door. Very much it's a Zelda-like, you know what I'm saying, top-down perspective. So Link to the Past Zelda situation there, and very good graphics, good, and it just came back to Game Pass. It was off Game Pass, started on Game Pass, then went off, and then went on just for sale, and now it's back on Game Pass. So if you have a Game Pass subscription, you can play it. And there you go. As Bach said earlier, he is back in Call of Duty. He is kicking it in Caldera, and getting some dubs, man. You thought of some wins out there?
We actually did get 2 wins recently. I finally got Caldera wins.
Good shit. Good shit. I fuck with
Nice.
it. And what's going on in the game situation at your house? I know you had stuff on the way. Has it arrived?
Yes.
Nice.
I do have a PlayStation 5 now.
Is that the Cosmic Red?
Pink.
It's a pink one.
Okay.
For breast cancer.
But I haven't played anything yet. But we play as a family Mario Kart a lot. You know, that's really like we've been playing the Switch a lot lately because you know, wintertime fun.
Yeah.
Other than making big dirty snowballs in the front yard. Man, the other day when the boys got home from school, it was the day it was like 46 degrees. It was pretty warm out.
Yeah.
So I made a big snowball. Man, that bad boy was at least 300 pounds. I could like, I mean, everybody knows how to make a snowman, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, to the people who are not from Ohio, who haven't made a snowman before, you pretty much take a little snowball, roll it in the snow until it's big. But
sure.
we just went and said fuck it, and we just kept on rolling it around the yard until it was just a big dirty clot and it's still sitting in our front yard now. It's really, really big.
Nice. Well, today they announced that Silk Sonic, that's if you didn't know, that's Bruno Mars and Anderson .Paak, are coming to Fortnite.
Bitch. Oh.
Which I found to be very amusing. My son sent to me earlier and said he said he can't wait to be busting 90s with Bruno Mars. And my daughter, my youngest child, was sitting right next to me, and was like, I don't know what they said that made me say that Bruno Mars ain't black, and they was like, he's not black. So I really fucked my child's head up when I explained to them that no, Bruno Mars is not black, and if I'm not mistaken, he is Jewish and Filipino, and
His last name is Hernandez, though. I mean, he could still be Filipino.
That's the Filipino part. But here. Remember. Well, in the Philippines, many of the names are of Spanish descent because of colonialism. So
Those Spaniards.
yeah, let me go
to
double check Bruno Mars.
Spaniard, are you not entertained?
Bruno Mars race. Okay, here we go. Bruno Mars, half Puerto Rican, half Ashkenazi Jew.
Oh.
His mother immigrated from the Philippines to Hawaii and was Filipino and, of course, Spanish ancestry. So half Puerto Rican, half Jew, and
One
and
Epstein
Filipino.
of music.
Yeah. So that's what's
right.
up.
All right, we claim half of them. Faust still had
I
the
feel like you can
delegation.
claim.
That draft
feel like you can claim a quarter of him. I'm saying so. There you go.
Oh, that's the funky quarter.
And I wanna die.
I'll allow that to be your alternate title, the Funky Quarter.
I'm pretty surprised that your kids were so flabbergasted with him not being black.
I mean, it only shocked the youngest one. The oldest one didn't seem to give it two stinks. So
He don't really care about much.
Yeah, he's getting his grown man on, so I can't knock the hustle.
It was it wasn't an article. It was something I was watching where they were talking about how Zoe Saldana, um, you know, she fully embraces her Afro Latino heritage, but
Hmm.
like before, like she would play Black Rose, but she won't do it anymore, which I don't think is a bad thing.
I mean, she don't want to be taking roles from black people, fully black people, I guess. You know what I'm saying? So,
She got a lot of
eh,
heat from playing Nina Simone.
she should not
She
have done
did
that.
not get heat for playing Nina Simone. She got heat for darkening her skin, like the terrible makeup. It just didn't
Correct.
look. It looked weird.
Yeah, weird and just
It
kind of
just
awful.
it just looked bad.
Yeah,
It wasn't because she was like, I'm taking another black person's role. This is like, oh, it looked like they put mud on my face. It looked bad. It just looked bad. And then the hair they used, it was just like, this doesn't even look like Nina Simone.
yeah, it was awful. Gabe, you been doing anything for entertainment, or y'all just really just been out there doing what y'all do in the woods of Florida?
Just embracing nature. I tried to get on Instagram today and then catch up because I'm like still haven't posted shit from fucking Mississippi and I just didn't. My phone does a weird thing where like if you swipe, you sometimes go back a screen, and I was getting really annoyed with that, so I gave up.
Yeah, yeah. So look for more of come from my man in these social media streets because he gets down with the get down, man. But you know the deal. Please rate, review, subscribe, and share the show wherever possible. That's basically Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, our Twitch channel, and follow us on all over the socials. YouTube is Stays Crunchy. Twitch is Stays Crunchy and Milk. Stays Crunchy and Milk over on TikTok. Stays Crunchy and Milk on Instagram. Skimpod on Twitter. SKIIMPOD. If you want to support the show financially, have a few bucks to toss away. Feel free to join us over on Patreon. Members at the $5 and above tier get extra content each month and early access to new shows. I owe you patrons stuff. I know. My apologies. We also have merch available over at tpublic.com/user Stays Crunchy and Milk. All one word. And feel free to give us a call at 216-264-6311. That's 216-264-6311. And we have just such a group of calls.
Ooh.
April was like,
Ooh.
hey, did you get my messages from back in this part of the month? And I'm like, nah, I don't got no messages like that. So then I go and I look and I go, it used to be that I'd get an email on the Gmail that said, yeah, you got voicemails. For whatever reason, didn't do it no more. So I had to go sign into the Google Voice number on my phone. And lo and behold, we had a couple of messages from April. So we're going to play you a couple of messages from April. And we have another message from the Silver Coat King.
Oh.
So let me get this April one going first. Boop. And let me get the speaker going. Can I just get the speaker? Oh, hold on. Maybe I got to push play first and then I can push the speaker. So if this doesn't start immediately, forgive me. And then like as soon as I did that, it like tried to stop. Speaker.
Hi, Crunchy guys. This is April. I was calling. Haven't talked to you guys in a while. And I wanted to respond to a few things that you have put out. One, y'all really do need a cookbook. I tried to make mac and cheese the way you guys do with a sauce. And as my daughter said, do not make me things for the holidays because it did not turn out pretty. So I blame you guys. They're not feeling safe to hurt you right now. And they don't have a cookbook, not my fault. I always want to say this until you guys told me what Gabe's daughter was saying. I always thought it was you used to be green. I think you said that you used to be beautiful, but never heard that. Third, I have my grandson now, and I had to take YouTube off of everything because he kept trying to watch Squid Game. He's 3,
Agreed.
and as one of you guys stated, kids and YouTube and what they with content, no. And the real DLT road trip, the first one he talked about, I always wanted to go there. And then when he talked about it, my husband was like, oh my goodness, that's the place you told me you want to go. And I was like, yes. I said, and it sounded even better. So thank you. That was amazing. And last, the wife who was pregnant and did not go to her husband's birthday, her only saving grace was that she was pregnant because she was absolutely the a-hole. No, honey, that was wrong. With COVID out, your husband could be dead. So I don't even think so. I think that's all. Love the show. Keep them coming. So sorry for all the lunchboxes lost this year. I felt every last one with him. As I stated, I was in Dollar General actually crying when he lost the cat. And you know how I feel about cats. But I was like, man, he loved those pets. They were family. So I felt his loss as well. And with his grandparents, that is so hard to deal with, especially this time of year. Please come out with a good book. Oh, and no, my husband does not get.
Oh, but don't worry.
Oh, you got cut off. Sorry.
I'm back.
Sorry about that. I was saying that my husband can only listen to the free shows because he didn't put in on premium. If he wants to listen to you guys on premium, he needs to put in as well. That way you can have more subscribers, more money. I'm looking out for you guys. I would share, but that wasn't in our marriage contract. So, no, not doing it. But he does love the show as well. And he listens and laughs and has so many comments I have to stop so that he can get his comments out along with you guys. And because then I have to go back and re-listen because I missed so much. Yes, he listens, but I learned to let him listen after I listen to everything to him. That way I can enjoy you by myself and then share with him the enjoyment of the Krunchy family. Have a good holiday. Happy Kwanzaa, Merry Christmas.
Thank you,
All
April.
of that, and Happy New Year to all of you guys. Love you. Bye. April.
Dope. We love you too, April. You are the
Thank you
best.
very much.
Always good to hear from you. Always good to have your support of our stuff. I'm glad your husband fucks with us too. It's always good. It's always good when a unit can come
You can
together.
share. It's okay, April.
It's all to the good. You keep us to yourself. You enjoy that. You know, it's okay to have a little something for you. You know what I'm saying?
That is true.
So that's all right. That is all right, man. Fuck with it. All the way up for April. I'm saying that y'all hear us mention her all the time because because she's so dope, and so respect must be shown at all times and will be. I have no idea what the Silver Cookie sent. For once, I'm behind on all these things. I don't even have. I mean, there's a transcript here, but I don't even see it. So this is a surprise to me too. So let's see what the sis has to say.
Josh, I hope I got the right number. Hey, folks, it is the Silver Cookie calling to talk about, well, your last podcast. This is not the right number. This would be super embarrassing. So, orgies. I can tell you about orgies. I can actually tell you where you can find the various clubs down in the flats and the name of them. Did you know they're membership only? You have to send in a picture because you have to look a certain way. I had quite a few friends and lovers who were part of these organizations. I did not join because I just didn't. I don't know why I didn't. Now that I think about it. Sounds like it would have been a lot of fun. I bet you it would have been a lot of fun. Anyway, I don't think that my brother looked at the right website for put-in-bay orgies, because there are for sure put-in-bay orgies. I know there are for sure put-in-bay orgies. I just think he didn't look at the right website for that time. He should have been looking up the right website, or he should have called his sister and she would have directed him to the right website. That's all I'm saying. Hopefully this is the right number, and I didn't just write the number down wrong. Either way, you guys have a great day. I miss you. I love you. Sending some Arizona hotness your way. Bye, guys.
We miss you too. Bye-bye. Thanks for the info.
It is.
You know what? You simply love to hear it. So
that was a lot of information to take in.
Thank you, Silver Coquille, as always, for coming through with the information that we crave.
Imagine she did get the wrong number.
What'd you say?
She left a random mess. Imagine if she did get the wrong number. She left a random message for some person who just needed that information.
I kind of would love if that happened. If somebody was like, "Oh shit, I did need to know where the local orgy was at. Thank you." I just feel like she was doing a service.
Well, think about, like, there's that story every year where, like, the high school kid he texted the wrong lady, and now he goes over her house for Thanksgiving every year or whatever. It could have been the same thing. She could have texted or left a voicemail to this person about the different orgy, and it was, wrong number, but then they end up going to orgies together.
Who doesn't respect it? You too could be calling us about orgies. Consider it. 216-264-6311. It's 216-264-6311. Promise you, we'd certainly love to hear from you. That is Tatum 216.
Buck.
That's Lunchbox 2099.
Howdy ho, neighborino.
Wish him luck in the Halo thing that already happened, but, nothing wrong with saying, hey, I hope you had a good time.
Good luck, have fun.
That's the real ODP.
Coming from Florida way.
It's also the good. Send him and his wife love. I truly enjoy
Pillow talk.
I love, I can call it pillow talk with the real ODP, because that's definitely what it is. And
we are in pillows when we're doing it.
So not even that. So Ant has said that before, right? And then I'm editing this the latest one you sent me that went up on the show this week. And sure as shit, what did they say, Ant? But we laying down in bed talking to each other. And I was like, Ant knew it. Ant called that shit before we even knew it was a thing. So I was like, how dope. If you have not listened to 430 is a very good On the Road with the Real ODP issue 5 is in the midst of that show, right before Am I the Asshole and right after me. So it's I try to put them in a nice little spot like that so you can get to them relatively easily and enjoy. And I certainly hope you do, because they're always a delight. And like I said, that one in particular was a very, very good one. So I mean, they've been great so far. No one has told me to the contrary. Everybody seems to support and love them. And I know I do too, and I'm the one that matters. So
thank you.
There you go.
Thank you, everyone.
Who I am? Well, I am the Internet's Taylor 713. You just been podcast too, and I know you loved it. Peace.
Goodbye.
Hey, what happened to you? You used to be beautiful.